And we are back. Good afternoon. Welcome to Hot Jobs with us here at Hire Military. It's so lovely to see you today. And I feel like I am back as well. I took off last week from this, which was very strange. This is very much part of my regular weekly timetable and probably one of my favorite, even 30 minutes of the week. I was down in the wilds of Alaska. If you're not familiar with me, I'm Lucy. I am the Senior Director here of Hire Military, and we are currently stationed at Eielson Air Force Base in Alaska. So we took a week down to Homer, if you are familiar with it, where we did some fishing. We took some time out. It rained the whole time, but I got to watch this Hot Jobs rather than be part of it. And I can tell you, I definitely had fear of missing out. So I'm very glad to be back. If you haven't joined us before, welcome. It's so lovely to see you. Just for your situational awareness, we spend 30 minutes going through our latest SkillBridge internship opportunities, our newest direct hire roles, as well as offering up the opportunity for you to ask us questions. So if there's anything you want to know today about the transition, about recruiting, about, from a recruiter's perspective, what a resume should look like, anything in terms of that, please ask away. In addition, who is here today? I see Alex, I see Bryce. Bryce is at Port Richardson, Alaska, so just down the road. We were there at the weekend. Jason, lovely to see you again. Please do tell us that you're here. Tell us where you were watching in from, and then share if you are looking for a SkillBridge internship opportunity right now or a direct hire position. Also, we want to know what sorts of careers or skill sets you are looking to use post active duty. We really do look at all of the information that you share with us during these 30 minutes, and we do mine the information. We come back afterwards, we take a look, we save it, because we utilize it to form our business development strategy with our new strategic partners. And we can only work for you if you give us this information. So please do share away. Hi, Suresh. Hey, Amber. Hey, Elizabeth Zach. So lovely to see you today. If you have been with us before, you know the script, you know the drill, you know exactly what we do. And we are here for all of the military community. We often get asked this question: is this just for transitioning service members? Is this just for veterans? No, we are here for everybody. Are you a military spouse? We can support you. Are you a transitioning service member? Yes, we can support you. Are you a veteran? We love to support you. Dependents as well. So we are here for the military affiliated community. If you have not already, do check out this event as it stands on LinkedIn, because we do host a lot of information there as well. We share with you the beginner's guide to an effective LinkedIn profile. So if you're new to this game and you really want to know in a Cliff's Notes sort of way how to optimize your LinkedIn profile, we have written an article around that. So definitely take a look. If you're looking for a more of an immersive experience to really guide you through that, Michael Quinn, our CEO, works on a monthly basis with the USO transitions team, and he delivers their Mastering LinkedIn webinars, so the workshops there. The next one is on the 13th of July, and I think it's at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So you can find the link for that on the USO transitions website under their programming, or we can share that for you as well. Nikki, lovely to see you. D'Angelo, hi. Emily, hello. Nice to see you. You're an HOH fellow. Good for you. In addition, on our website, hiremilitary.us, we have a tab at the top called Resources. If you click down, go to Job Seeker Resources. Everything that we talk about or we touch on here on these lives, we have created a piece around so that you can go back and refer to them. It's kind of like an encyclopedia of everything you need to know when you transition or when you're making a job application. And the article I really want to draw your attention to is the How to Target Your Resume one, how to do it effectively. And the reason I share that is because you might be an absolutely awesome candidate. You might see a role that you think is absolutely 100% perfect for you. But where we find the biggest disconnect in this environment and in this community is when a candidate, an applicant, makes an application and not necessarily delivering a resume that is civilian at its core, that communicates in a civilian way, but really identifies why you are the perfect candidate for that role. So if you want to know more, if you're finding it tricky at the moment in terms of applications and you're making them, but you're not getting any callback or you're not getting any feedback, really do I really do encourage you rather to take a look at that, because I think that will open your eyes and really give you a different lens and perspective on how to create the resume. Hey, Robert, congratulations on graduating. That's wonderful news. Good for you. I've told you a little bit about me, so I'm now going to hand over to Kate and the rest of the team to introduce themselves.
Hey, thanks so much, Lucy. Good to see everyone out there, some familiar names and faces, and just want to give a quick shout out to the rest of the Hire Military team that is in the chat, Amber, Brandy, and some others as well. So great to see you here. But I'm Kate Wood. I'm the recruiting manager here at Hire Military. I'm an Army veteran and a current active duty Army spouse. My husband is still on active duty, and we are stationed in Panama on an OCONUS assignment. So really great to be with everyone here today. And I'll pass it over to Matt Collins.
Hey, thanks, Kate. Matt Collins, I'm here. I'm the SkillBridge recruiter with Hire Military. I'm a product of the SkillBridge program, so I'm a huge believer in it. I am a 28-year Army veteran myself, and I now live in what some people would call God's country, I believe, Missoula, Montana. They don't call it God's country in the months November through February, but it is definitely beautiful here today. So very, very excited to be here and share some exciting opportunities through the SkillBridge program. And with that, I will pass it over to my colleague, Mr. Matt Hartz.
All right, thank you. So I'm Matt, one of the recruiters on the direct hire side, a Marine Corps veteran, also a product of the SkillBridge program. We have quite a few of us that kind of went through the program with the company, but I'll be sharing some direct hire opportunities located out in East Tennessee in the mountains out here. Not quite as beautiful as the Montana from what I've seen where Matt lives, but it's pretty nice. Please put some comments in the chat so there's any questions you have. We have time at the end. We do like to answer some questions, so we'd love to hear from you. But yeah, I'll turn it back over to Lucy and get this thing moving.
So I noticed that quite a few of you are in your interviewing stage at the moment, which is really exciting. And something that I would suggest, if you're not familiar, is really drilling down on your interview practice and also the process in terms of interview. A lot of the time you will be invited to what is called a situational, which is talking hypothetically in the future about situations you may be in. So a situational interview, or as we like to do here at Hire Military, a behavioral, which is asking you to tell us about a time when. And this is really pertinent timing because I've been in interviews this week for an internal role that we are hiring here. And I would say from my experience, the place where people tend to go wrong is when they are asked a question. And the question, for example, is tell me about a time where you have had to work in a matrix managed team, for example. How did you deal? How did you communicate? And people talk hypothetically about what they do. And regardless of how good your answer is, you're not actually answering the question. So my top tip is to really listen hard and answer the question, because when I say tell me about a time, I'm asking for a specific situation that you have been in. And we mark on the construct of the answer as well as the detail that is included. So it's really good to be aware of that. And if you're not familiar, there's a great acronym. We have, under our job seeker resources, a piece again about this, and it's called the STAR acronym. So it really sets out your approach and how you deliver that answer, and it talks you through step by step. So if you're not aware, STAR stands for situation, task, action, and result. And if you break your answer out by that, so you set the scene, you then say what your task was, your action, what you did, then the result and anything you would change again in the future, you've got a really good mechanism for delivering a stellar and an on-point answer. So I wanted to share that with you today if you're not familiar. So before we get going, just a piece of housekeeping so that you're aware. First of all, we really only share a highlight reel of our opportunities on these LinkedIn Lives. So if you don't hear anything that relates to you, or it's like, yeah, that's great and all, but not within my wheelhouse, definitely take a look at our website, and that is hiremilitary.us. We have two buttons on the homepage. One is for SkillBridge internship opportunities. The other is for direct hire roles. And you can see what else we have. But equally, what I would like to encourage you to do is bookmark that, or take a look maybe once a week or twice a week, because those roles change ever so quickly. And if we are advertising a role that is of great interest, sometimes due to the number of applications, it might only be up for 3 or 4 days. So do take the opportunity with us or with any other recruiting organization like ours that is heavily affiliated and supportive of the military community, make sure you do look regularly and often, because those roles change, they go. There could be something for you one minute and then not the next. Equally, as we share our roles today, if you hear of something that is of interest and you would like to hear more, please do write the job title in the comments as we're going along. So, for example, if Kate talks about a program manager role, type program manager. The reason that we ask you to do that is so that we can come back after the event and we can share the URL to our website with you. LinkedIn is a tricky beast and doesn't necessarily like it when we share URLs during the live. It often deletes them. So it looks like we've got an empty comment there for you, and we don't want you to feel unloved. We do want to respond to you. And finally, from me, if you have any questions at all, if you would like advice, information, support, encouragement, I know somebody wrote earlier that they were just here to learn more. If there's anything you think, I'd really like to know more about that, do write a comment, because we really do try our best at the end of the live to get to those. So without further ado, I've talked an awful lot this afternoon. I am going to hand over to Matt Collins. He is here to talk about our SkillBridge internship opportunities today. But before you start, Matt, why don't you tell us a bit about SkillBridge?
Sure. Thank you, Lucy. So SkillBridge, for those that still don't know, I know it's gaining a lot of momentum and a lot more exposure now, and people are starting to understand SkillBridge. But if you don't know anything about SkillBridge, it's a DoD program. It's across every branch of the military, and it's for anyone that's in the last 6 months of your term of service. Keep in mind, SkillBridge is 6 months out from your ETS date, not the date you're going to start terminal leave. But if you're 6 months out from your ETS date, you are eligible to participate in SkillBridge. And so, as Lucy talked about earlier, it's really about engaging and prepping in your own transition. So what that means is, if you're eligible, if you're a year out and you're leaving the military, first term, retirement, whatever the scenario is, SkillBridge exists for you to go out there and start searching for these opportunities. So you start determining where you want to live, what industry you want to get into, and then really start doing your search, and really have that conversation with your command team now. When I was leaving the military, as many of our veterans here at Higher Military can tell you, it's not about being forgotten. You'll be remembered, but try to make yourself irrelevant as soon as you can, so you can start really checking out a little bit and looking into that transition. And as Lucy also talked about, the roles I'm going to discuss today, they are just a fraction of what we have. So really, if you're interested, connect on LinkedIn. But the best thing to do is to go into hiremilitary.us and register in our talent pool and really kind of build your profile to allow myself, Buff Agby, Amber Pitkin, our SkillBridge team to really hone in and see what you're looking to do. So when we sit down and screen you, we'll really have an idea of what SkillBridge opportunity is going to align with your experience and what you want to do post-military. So with that, we're going to dive into some really, really cool SkillBridge opportunities we have right now. 2 of these are going to be in the cyber IT world, data, and then with one of our favorite partners. It's a company called Masonite. The first role I want to talk about is a cybersecurity analyst with Masonite in beautiful Tampa, Florida. Florida native here, I can tell you that side of the state is beautiful, and Tampa is a great location. For those of you leaving MacDill, cyber defenders, those who worked in the IT industry, these are roles that can be really interesting to you. So the cybersecurity analyst, this is the information analyst. You play a vital role with Masonite's information security program. This SkillBridge intern will be responsible for the investigation, remediation of alerts triggered by security information. You'd be working on the event monitoring system. You would also serve as a mentor to some of the junior analysts. So this is kind of a mid-level role, not entry. This is someone that's got some real experience in cybersecurity. The ideal candidate would possess a bachelor's degree, and that's going to be required in a computer-related field, as well as 2+ years of experience directly related to incident response, malware analysts, threat hunting, threat intelligence, those fields. This person also needs the ability to deliver critical projects on time, excellent analytical skills, as the title would say, right? And problem-solving skills. And it allows for a flexible hybrid on-site work schedule. So there'd be Mondays and Fridays remote, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays on-site at the Tampa location. So again, if you're interested, connect. But more importantly, get into our talent pool, register, and let us know this role is something you're interested in. The next role with Masonite, again, in the world of IT, big data, it's the BI data analyst with Masonite in Tampa, Florida. This person would serve as the IT business intelligence data analyst. You'd be consulting with business clients. You'd be working in data analytics. You'll be providing technical resources to the IT teams to identify opportunities within that big world of data analysis. Masonite, is looking for a candidate with a bachelor's or master's degree in business administration, computer science, data science, information science, or related fields. So if you've got that equivalent work experience, those Power BI certifications, working on large data projects, a big plus. If you have Lean Six Sigma, also highly desired and a big benefit if you're looking at this role. So again, that's the data analyst with Masonite, also on the beautiful Gulf Coast there in Tampa, Florida. The last role I want to talk about is a sales development associate with Sprout Social. This is very cool. It's a remote role. However, it applies to 37 very specific states that are approved for this to be remote. So without listing all 36 states here, because no one wants to hear me rattle those off, if you visit our website, you look at this role under our SkillBridge internships, it will give you those specific states. This person will learn how to generate new potential customers, important contracts in a Salesforce and CRM. They'd be managing accounts in Salesforce to ensure data integrity and basically uncovering opportunities for data enrichment for Sprout Social. Again, it's sales development. So you'd have to have a clear passion and interest in business-to-business sales, a focus on generating new leads. If you've got that energy, you're able to speak, communicate well, articulate the message for Sprout, working in that sales environment, that sales space. You'd have to have exceptional organizational, presentation, and communication skills, right? So that is a sales development associate. Again, Sprout Social, it's remote. Double check that the state you're going to be looking into offers this as a remote opportunity. It is 36 opportunities, 36 specific states, I'm sorry. So another really cool role. And again, as Lucy said, this is just 3 of our roles. Please go to our website, be as specific as possible. If you're reaching out to us today, remote, we have them, but it's not an industry, right? So if you're looking for an opportunity, let us know what industry, where you want to be. And the last thing I will say, when you register in our website, be honest. If you're only wanting to be in one state or one location, that is fine. We don't want to share opportunities for you in locations that you don't really want to be in. So again, those are some of the roles today. Really excited to connect with everyone to answer your SkillBridge questions. And with that, I will pass it over to Kate Wood, who's going to talk about some really, really cool direct hire opportunities.
Well, thanks so much, Matt. Again, those roles that Matt Collins mentioned are those that are eligible for the DoD SkillBridge program. Going forward, the roles that Matt Hart and I are going to share are open to transitioning service members, veterans, and military spouses who are actively job seeking and open to start in a new position relatively soon, so within the next month or so. The first opportunity that I have is a senior IT auditor. This is with one of our clients who is one of the nation's top performing banking companies. And they are looking for the senior IT auditor position at both their Phoenix, Arizona location and their Chicago, Illinois location as well. The senior IT auditor will support the execution of the department's annual audit plan and any other audit assignments and projects using Wdesk and the Workiva software as well. The main must-have qualification for the senior IT auditor position is 2 years of direct experience with internal audit, risk management, and regulatory compliance, as well as a bachelor's degree in a related field. Again, this position is open in 2 different locations, and that is a senior IT auditor. The next position that I would like to share with you is a land mobile radio or LMR project manager. This role is with one of our clients. They are a nationwide leader in public safety communications and systems consulting. This role is open in a remote capacity. However, candidates are required to live within a commutable distance to an international airport because this role does require up to 50% travel. So that is a hard and fast requirement that the candidates would be able to travel up to 50%. This position does require the candidate to have at least 5 years of experience with program and project management, specifically technical project management, having led successful technical programs and projects, preferably with LMR communications, and even more specifically with the P25 communication systems. This person does need to have knowledge of emerging LMR and LTE technologies as well. So if that role sounds like interest, you can just type LMR project manager into the chat, and I'll be able to reach out to you directly with the link following this broadcast. So I will pass it over to Matt Hart for some more direct hire opportunities.
All right, thank you, Kate. Appreciate it. All right, so I'm going to share 2 different opportunities. These are both going to be located in Lansing, Michigan. The first one is a lead project manager. This is pretty exciting. It's with a worldwide leader of research, development, manufacturing, and operation of superconducting electron accelerators. I know that sounds fancy. I'll go into a little bit of detail on some of the requirements to kind of help tie this together. But what they're looking for, somebody with a bachelor's or master's in industrial engineering, business administration, or equivalent combination of education experience. Now, the big thing they really need is legitimate corporate project management experience. 6 to 12 years on a project management role, increasing scope of projects and oversight of project management staff. Waterfall and agile project management experience are two of the key ones that they're looking for. 2 to 5 years experience applying continuous improvement methodologies, Lean Six Sigma, total quality management, cycle improvement in the work setting. Really that Lean training and certifications, having the actual project management experience is something that they really are looking for from somebody. So the corporate outside of the military project management experience is what they're looking for. And again, this is in Lansing, Michigan. And they do offer relocation for somebody that like you legitimately meet the qualification that they're looking for. And you go to this link right down here at the bottom of the screen, hiremilitary.us. You can read the full job description there to kind of see some of the other things that they're looking for. Again, that's the lead project manager. The next one with them is a pay and compensation specialist. So what you're responsible for overall administration, coordination, and evaluation of the compensation benefits functions of the company. You'll be responsible for researching, assessing, and implementing and educating staff and the managers on total compensation benefits. What they're looking for as far as education is bachelor's degree in human resources or equivalent experience, which would be about 8 years of HR experience in a highly technical environment. So this is more something kind of outside of what some people consider HR in the military. I looked for quite a few folks for this already, and it's a lot of the ones just transitioning out of the military don't have the exact, the compensation and benefits, the corporate level experience that they're looking for. What they want, 3 years in human resource information systems, Microsoft Suite, Excel, PowerPoint, things like that. And then 5 years specifically in compensation and benefits. Those are just some of the highlights. And again, that's only 4 jobs that we shared, the ones we have available. So we have ones all over the country. But if you're interested in anything specific, you can put in the chat. But again, go to the website. You can see the more detailed instructions. They just wave tops to kind of see hey, are you qualified or not qualified? Is it the right location? To kind of help get you to the website and read the full job description from there. But those are the ones that I have. Keep it kind of short and sweet with that, and then we can go to answering some questions. But I'll turn it back over to Lucy to share something really cool coming up next year.
Short and sweet. That's not my definition of short and sweet, Matt. That was a lot of information you guys shared, so thank you so much. In terms of our newsworthy updates right now, we wanted to let you know, I think that our population is aware right now, but if you're not, we have a great monthly cohort SkillBridge internship program with Texas Instruments. They are based out of North Dallas in Texas, and we set them up with around 5 new interns on a monthly basis. So you will see us consistently and constantly advertising for those. It's such a phenomenal organization to be a part of. And, taking a look at their website yesterday, just before I created something for them, one of their pieces around the benefits is the fact that they offer a lifetime career in one organization, because there is so much for you to consider and so much opportunity there. But the biggest piece from us is that we have 2024. You guys, we are working already in 2024 cohort start dates. So we will be starting the cohorts there on the last Monday of each month, and that's January through November. The only one that we won't be doing is May because of the holiday. And if you're not familiar, we have at present 2 different roles that we recruit interns for with them. One's an equipment technician. So that's every single month we provide them with new interns, and their intent is always to hire, always to offer a permanent position at the end of the internship. So if you're looking to move seamlessly into a company that is well known, I think for some of us who are a little bit older than others, Texas Instruments for us was a calculator rather than the semi-chip conductor industry that it is now. But it is a growing company. They are establishing a new site in Texas as we speak, and potentially even if Dallas or Texas isn't your bag, they're looking at working with us in Utah as well at their site just outside of Hill Air Force Base. But we have those internships. The other one is the facilities technician. That happens maybe twice a year, so slightly harder to fit in with timescales. But we wanted to share that with you because that's really exciting. And that kind of slightly segues into one of the questions that we had. And this was from Jason. Jason Drummond, I think, asked us a little bit earlier. And I know, Jason, that Amber Pitkin said that she would connect with you offline. But I think this is a great question to answer for everybody. And it was, what are some of the major differences between Hire Military and Hire Heroes? I think you potentially, because there's Hire Heroes USA and Hiring Our Heroes. So I'm going to go with you meant Hiring Our Heroes because they are the organization that provides the quarterly SkillBridge cohorts. And can someone use both organizations? The direct answer to that latter question is yes, absolutely. Please, and this is to everybody, do not put all of your eggs in one basket until you have a SkillBridge internship secured. If that is the route that you are looking to go down, connect, network, talk to everybody that offers internships and secure one, and maybe if another one comes up, you might bounce from the first to the second, but make sure you have something in hand. Don't just go to one and hope for the best because that isn't always going to work out for you. Second of all, we are two very different organizations. And I think the biggest difference that I can share, and that's really with us, is we work more like a staffing or a recruiting agency. We have internships, except for the Texas Instruments one. We have internships that come off on a one-off basis. So corporate partners of ours come to us and say, hey, I am looking for X in this location. Do you have anybody available to intern? And we work normally and ordinarily matching your availability to their availability, but there's generally more flexibility around your start date rather than the quarterly cohorts. And it's not an big application driven process. We work on a bespoke one-on-one basis with you, specifically for individual internships. So I just really wanted to share that piece with you. And if you would like further information, please do ask away. Another question that Jason answered. Jason, you're here with all the questions today. So let me, do you have to perform SkillBridge internship with the company you're interested in pursuing a permanent position with after the SkillBridge term? The answer is no. You can perform a SkillBridge internship and they may not offer at the end of it because there's always the desire to, there should be an offer. But, in this economic climate right now, there isn't always the availability or the ability to offer based on timescales or whether there is a need exactly when your term or your internship finishes. No, keep applying for permanent positions, even if you are in an internship where they say they have an intent to hire and a contract or an offer is coming. Until you've got that in hand and you've signed it, keep looking, keep applying. Don't trust anything until you've got it written and you've got that wet signature on the piece of paper. And I think that's about it from me today. Kate, Matt, anything that you wanted to add? Anything you wanted to share?
I think we're good. Thanks so much.
I think we're good. So we are right at time. What a pleasure to be with you all today. Thank you so much for joining us. We are here every Tuesday afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern time. However, she says, we will not be back next week because we will be celebrating and all of us will have the day off. So we hope you have a happy holiday next weekend. Enjoy the long holiday if you get it, or the day off if it's just the day. And we will be back again in 2 weeks' time. Take care and have a great week. Bye-bye.